Come on, Wes, you gotta do this.
On my last video, I found 6 things in the trailer, and that was OTG, blocking, wall bouncing. The turtles can fade backward moves, grabbing, and taunts. In part 2 of me analyzing this reveal trailer, I found 6 other things. With that being said, let's get it cracking. Okay, let's go over the different styles that each turtle have. What I mean by that is things like different run speeds, aerial attacks, dash attacks, etc. So let's go over running speed. Now, first off, look at the different running stance each turtle has. So that's already a clear sign that they're different from each other in that regard. Now let's go over running. It's a clear sign that each turtle has a different run animation. Now, let's break down who's the fastest turtle out of all 4 of them. And who's the slowest turtle out of all 4 of them. So, look at Michelangelo. Michelangelo, it seems like he's catching up to Leonardo. Leonardo is trailing behind Raphael, and then Raphael is in the lead. Even though Raphael is in the lead, that might not make him the fastest turtle. But we're gonna keep going on to see. And then obviously Donatello, in most Turtles games, he's the slowest turtle usually. So I'm not surprised that he looks like he's trailing behind all the turtles. So keep going. Michelangelo is definitely catching up to Leonardo. Leonardo is still behind Raphael, and Raphael looks like he's passing, or rather he still has the lead on Leonardo. Donatello still not catching up to anyone. If anything, he's trailing behind them, and they're leaving him. Michelangelo is about to pass Leonardo. Oh. And he's catching up to Raphael, if you see. So in theory, it seems that Michelangelo is the fastest running turtle. Raphael comes in second. Leonardo comes in third. And it's clearly obvious that Donatello is the last turtle. Or rather, Donatello is the slowest turtle. So once again, Michelangelo is first, Raphael is second, Leonardo is third, and Donatello is fourth. Now, let's see the 2 different dash attacks that I identified in the game that makes turtles different once again. Now, dash attacks. It appears that turtles have different dash attacks. Let's look at 2 turtles, then we're gonna put them side by side. It seems like, based on the trailer, all they showed me was 2 turtles with, I guess, dash attacks, or you want to call them blitz attack from Streets of Rage, or whatever you want to call them. So pay attention to Michelangelo. Watch, it appears he probably does a dash attack. Looks like he runs real quick. Looks like he's getting a quick running stance. Then, after that, he does a dash attack. See? That looks like his dash attack. Or rather, blitz attack, whatever you want to call it. Looks like his dash attack. See? Now, let's take a look at Raphael. He's running. Or rather, he's in a running stance. About to run and then do an attack. Look at how his dash attack differs from Michelangelo. Slide, see? He has some sliding where he slides towards the enemy and scoops them up off the floor. See? Now, let's put them side by side. You see how both of them are different from each other? Raphael's dash attack, he's on the floor. Michelangelo dash attack, he's off the ground. So dash attacks from each turtle, it appears they're going to be different. Okay, let's compare two different aerial attacks. Now, let's pay attention to Leonardo first and then Raphael second. So pay attention to Leonardo. His aerial attack seems like a rising jump kick. So here we go. Rising jump kick. You see that? Now let's go to Raphael. Raphael's aerial attack appears to be different. It's more kind of like a Shoryuken, Dragon Punch, whatever you want to call it, in mid-air, as opposed to a rising jump kick that Leonardo has. So I'll play it. You guys can be the judge. What do you see? He jumps, Raphael jumps, and then mid-air, he rises with his side. See? See that again. He jumps, then in mid-air, he rises up with his side. See? You see his hands? You see the side? It makes this kind of, it looks like a hitbox from a Shoryuken. It has like the same similarities of a Shoryuken, but obviously he does it in mid-air. So it appears that both of them have different aerials. So those are the three things that I found that showcase the turtles are going to be different from each other. In my opinion, significantly different from each other. Obviously, probably the base moves are probably going to be similar, but overall they probably have different attributes, such as one is going to be slower, one has more range. I don't know about defense, if they're going to go that far and make some turtles take more damage when they get hit. Not sure, but as it stands, it seems like turtles at the very least will have different run speeds, different aerial attacks, just different attacks in general, and different range on their attacks. So this is going to be pretty interesting. It's not going to be the cookie cutter turtles from the past. I know some of you guys at home are wondering, what is that blue bar at the bottom, right below the green life bar? I figured that it stands for ninja power. It only makes sense. The N, it looks like an N and a P, so it would only make sense that it stands for something like ninja power. I mean, I would think that would probably put TP for turtle power, because usually in the games, the cartoons, they say turtle power, but they are ninjas, so I guess it stands for ninja power. And what it means to me is that it probably means that the turtles will be able to use that part of their that bar to perform special abilities that are specific to each turtle. That's what I'm assuming. But one thing's for sure, it looks like to me that the ninja power generates on its own, or maybe by taunts, but for sure on its own. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now look at Michelangelo. Last video I said that's a taunt that he's doing. Now look at his ninja power meter. He did a taunt and his ninja power meter is low, or is halfway used. It seems like the taunt will bring his ninja bar up, will help generate more ninja power meter. Take a look. See? He finished his taunt, then his ninja power meter went up. I'm assuming that his taunt actually helps regenerate your ninja meter. Now, another theory I have that seems a lot more accurate is that ninja power meters probably regenerate on their own. Similar to games like Streets of Rage 3, where the OK meter, there was nothing you could do to make it regenerate faster. It seemed like it regenerated on its own, and then that's when you were able to use it again. I think 100% ninja power meters regenerate on their own. Taunts is probably a 50-50 theory. Probably not 100% true. But for sure, ninja power meters regenerate on their own. So that's pretty crazy that they added ninja power meters. Fortunately, in the trailer, I don't know what counts as ninja power. I have no idea. But like I said, we at least know that it regenerates on its own. Could change, they could change how it regenerates, but it's safe to say that it just regenerates on its own. Okay, back attacks. Let's talk about back attacks. It appears that back attacks are confirmed. Back attacks are in this game, and the only character I was able to find that out from was Michelangelo. So I'm gonna play it, and you guys can be the judge. Pay attention to Michelangelo. I know it's hard, but pay attention to Michelangelo. And his back is turned to the foot soldier on the left. Now you see, now he's using the back of his leg to kick. He's kicking from the back. I don't know. Look at it. It looks like a back attack to me. I don't know about you, but back attacks were in Streets of Rage and Scott Pilgrim. Who's making this game? Tribute Games and .emu. So I wouldn't put it past them to add this in the game. Back attacks look like they're confirmed. See? That's not a back attack. I don't know what it is. I'll be very surprised if that's not a back attack. Okay. Now, it appears that jumping from plane to plane is confirmed. What I mean by planes is planes are different areas on the stage that the opponents, or rather the enemies and the protagonists fight on. A lot of beat 'em ups have about 3 to 5 or probably more planes that characters could be on. The reason why they do that is because if you only have one plane in a beat 'em up game, it'll be way too congested. You wouldn't be able to find your character. It'd just be ridiculous. So that's why they have different planes. Different planes are basically, take a look at Leonardo. That's one plane. A plane is like an area, particular space on the stage that a character occupies. And it goes from where the character stands at all the way to the end of the screen where the character is facing. So that's one plane. So where Leonardo's at, that's one plane. Where the foot soldier with the box, the foot soldier that's holding the box, that's another plane. Where Bebop is at, that's another plane. Where Raphael is at, or rather, where Michelangelo is at, that's another plane. So they make these planes, once again, like I said, so it clears up the congestion for especially multiplayer beat 'em up games, and make it enjoyable for players to be able to just move around the stage. Imagine you couldn't move around the stage. You could only move where everyone could only be where Leonardo and Michelangelo were at. That would be whack. No one will be able to see themselves, and it will limit the amount of characters that will be on the stage. So that's why they have different planes. So now, my thing that I found out in this game, some games the way they work is that even though there's multiple planes, you have to walk up, or sometimes roll up to get to a new plane, or rather a different plane. But in this game, you can either walk up or do other stuff to get to the plane. You're not only limited to one thing to get to the next plane. You can actually jump to the next plane, or you can jump and skip planes. You can go from where Leonardo is all the way to Bebop is if you jump. So that's awesome that they had it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by characters being able to jump from plane to plane. Pay attention to Leonardo. He's gonna jump from where he's at and then go close to where Bebop is at. He's still in the same plane. He went down a little bit. Now watch him jump. See, he went from all the way the bottom plane all the way to the middle, around the middle, where Bebop is at. See? So jumping from plane to plane is confirmed, and that's gonna be ridiculous because that means, like I said a bunch of times, this game is probably going to be ridiculous. A lot of enemies are going to be on the screen, more than likely. a lot of enemies are going to be on the screen. It only makes sense that they give these abilities to the turtles because number one, they're ninjas. Number two is the game is probably going to be hectic. You're going to need the turtles to be agile, to be able to jump around, jump from plane to plane to attack enemies, and then leave that plane and go down to the next plane, and it's going to be crazy. So like I said, jumping from plane to plane is confirmed. Okay, we covered jumping from plane to plane, but on top of jumping from plane to plane, in this game you could attack from one plane and then drag that attack from one plane and take it to the next plane, which is crazy. I have yet to see that in any other beat 'em up. It appears to be in this beat 'em up. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how it looks, and more than likely it's confirmed. Pay attention to Donatello. Okay, he flips, about to land on his feet. Look at him smiling. He's about to do something tricky. Alright, he's on his feet now. He's about to kick. Now he did an attack. Yeah, he slightly left the plane he was at already. Now he's going to drift up to where the foot soldier is at and go to his plane. See that? That's ridiculous. We're going to play it again. We're going to do it again. Get Donatello. Okay, he's right there. See the plane he's on? See where the foot soldier's playing it? You see where the plane the foot soldier's at? Now watch, Donatello goes from his plane and then goes slightly up to the foot soldier's plane. That's remarkable. Alright, he's about to kick. Boom. Look where he left his plane, now he's up the same plane as the foot soldier. That's ridiculous. It seems like attacking from plane to plane is confirmed. Okay, it appears that launchers are confirmed. What I mean by launchers is that typically launchers are used to launch your opponent up in the air and allow you to do combos to them while they're in the air. Pay attention to not only Donatello, but the foot soldier that's standing next to him on his feet, just chilling. And then Donatello, he's going to do a strong attack to get him off his feet. Usually, when a turtle attacks a foot soldier, it takes them several hits before they knock them off their feet. Pay attention to Donatello and the foot soldier that's standing next to him. That has to be a launcher, because he went from standing on the floor to being launched in the air with just one attack. Usually it takes a turtle several attacks to launch a foot soldier in the air. So it seems to me that launchers are definitely confirmed. Well, that's it for me analyzing the trailer and explaining to you guys, in my opinion, why this is probably going to be the greatest turtles of all time. And I hope that everyone was able to understand what I showed them when I was analyzing the trailer, to just kind of help build more hype towards the game, to see how much work these guys at .emu, Nickelodeon, and Tribute Games have put in the game so far. And the game is only an alpha build. That's crazy. They might even add more features to the game. They haven't showed us the ninja power yet. They haven't showed us crazy combo strings. There's just so much they haven't showed us yet. And just that one trailer, I found all that stuff. So imagine when they show actual gameplay, the stuff I'll probably be able to find, and others. So kudos to you guys at .emu, Tribute Games, and Nickelodeon for coming together to give the fans what they've been asking for eons. And I hope you guys continue to do God's work on this game. And if you guys like this video and you need some beta testers for this game, don't be a stranger. DM the boy, hit me up. I'll be definitely stoked to help you guys or be part of the beta testing team for this game, because I have a long history with fighting games and beat 'em ups, which is probably, beat 'em ups is probably my favorite genre of gaming, like top 3 favorite genre of gaming. So that being said, this is your boy Wes. I'm out of here. Peace.